Hi there, hello, and welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna be doing just two matches from week one between Team R.A.T.S and Team SKT4. It's gonna be two tier 3 matches, and on R.A.T.S side we have Schemo playing Protoss, who will be up against a Tentat from SKT4. And in our second match, we're going to have Styx playing Terran from R.A.T.S and Lorca playing Zerg from SKT4. And in case you've forgotten by now, I know it's a little bit overdue, the maps from week one on... Wait, is this right? No, these are the wrong maps. I need to update that. But okay, so let's just go back to the versus screen. So yeah, if I'm... No, wait, that was right. Yes, it was Circuit Breakers game 1, Salford game 2, and Shukura's Temple game 3. Sorry, it's been a while since I played my match. So yeah, so let's get into our first game between Schema and a Tentat. Just finding the replays here. Okay, and let's get this show on the road. Oh, why did it do that? So in the bottom right, we have Schema as playing as the teal Protoss, and in the bottom left we have a Tentat as our magenta Zerg. So let's see what these players decide to do in the early game. This is on Circuit Breaker, quite an old classic map now. Myself, when I used to play on Icy Cup, I didn't actually really play this very much. I don't know if it became popular like afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it was around. But nowadays it's pretty much the go-to after Fighting Spirit. So I think a lot of players have had enough of Fighting Spirit, and we have new maps like Polypoid and Salford, which are really great and quite fresh, and still pretty standard, and a lot of the similar things apply. So Schema's gonna go across. He is actually looking for the Overlord here, so he can scout the position, and he does find it. So he'll know exactly where Tentat is right off the bat. A high Water Serpent, and I expect sending out the probe early. He's probably gonna put his forge down right away, or maybe might just wait a little bit to check for a nexus. But no, he's gonna go straight for the forge. So a very nice early scout here from Schema. He'll get to see that we have Overpool on the Zerg side. You can see Overlord's already out. So yeah, very normal standard stuff. Good to see a drone's about to take hatchery at the natural. No drone scout has been sent out yet though for a Tentat, so we'll see how he's going to respond. Like, he doesn't know whether it's going to be a 2-gate or even a proxy at this point. Seem to not see that I guess you can't really see where the probe came from. But this Overlord will get there relatively early, well, just early enough to see what's inside the base. 4 Zerglings out. Gonna chase that probe out the base. Schema deciding not to try and micro that and stick around for too much. Oh wait, no, he's gonna go back in. Wants to see what's happening here. You know, he's put down two cannons, which is very, very safe. It looks like it was looks like it was two cannons before the Nexus even went down. Generally, one cannon should be fine if you can get the gateway with instead of this cannon, and then use probes to block up the cannon and block up the holes. Looks like the probe is gonna go down. Maybe no. Almost had a really nice. Well, it did have a nice round. That probe just managed to slip out of it there. So yeah. So as I was saying, you can really get this gateway out, and then use probes to block the holes here, so that in case any lings come down, your scouting probe should be able to see any time that lings are going to come straight across the map. And one cannon or forge cannon and then nexus and then gateway is safe against overpull, even if they make 6 lings right away. As long as you just make sure you plug those holes, because otherwise the 6 lings will come in and kill everything. So we can see, so Tentat still hasn't scouted where Schema is, and he's looking up here. Not going to find him. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. His overlord is right here, so it looks like he's just going to hide these lings up in the corner. Could probably be a little bit more useful keeping an eye just to make sure that when the Zealot does come out, that he sees exactly where it is. And it looks like he's going to send those Zerglings back down to the Protoss Natural now. Drones production's coming up. Lair is on the way, so this looks like just pretty standard 3-hash Spire from Schemo from Tentat's side. And another probe going out, just going to try and make sure it knows exactly what's going on for Tentat and on his side of the map. The core's finished, and the Stargate goes down. And Tentat's taking his second gas before any kind of, actually very early. So this kind of time for the second gas would typically indicate that you're going to go for like at least like 7 to 9 meters and maybe more later. It really does delay the economy. He does put down one of his hatcheries. It does make me a little bit worried that he might not have quite enough minerals to get up to that nice sweet spot in the mid game of 5 hatcheries producing Hydralisks defending against the Zealots. Cannon going down in the main. Tentat recognizing Spire's going to probably be on the way. Well, the Spire only just started now, and the Corsair is already starting to be produced. So Corsair might get quite a bit of damage done here before, especially if this cannon's about to finish, and it's going to take a lot of damage. So the Corsair will be able to finish off that Overlord quite quickly after it takes this cannon damage here, and then it won't have to worry too much about going to go scout, and actually won't have to worry at all because the probe is still being able to see everything that Tentat's doing. Zergling speed is done. He's sending back to natural, but the probe is gone now. And we don't see any more gateways being added on yet. Do you see the Citadel? +1 being upgraded, and +1 air weapons being upgraded as well. So we're probably going to see some more Corsairs coming out soon. Yeah, there we go. So this is so this will be kind of mass Corsair, mass Zealot +1/+1 style. Getting those extra hatcheries up, evolution chamber. Hydralisk then is up. Speed is almost done. Gonna have to produce some Hydralisks to stop this Corsair. This is the second Overlord going down now, and there's another Corsair coming in. I don't see any Hydralisks in production at the moment either. So, but they are Scourge out. So they're gonna chase away these Corsairs for now. They're gonna have to go back and hang out by the cannons for a while. I would like to see at least a pair just go in and check out what's inside the base. Second gateway only being added on now, so it's gonna. Well, the Templar Archives is on the way, Tentat being quite a bit supply block, nice drone production, but banking quite a lot of minerals and gas. Definitely want to get that spent as soon as those overlords come up. 6 overlords in production. Okay, I think that might be a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 too many. Yeah, it is a way to spend the money. And oh, even more overlords coming out. Oh man, he must have forgotten that he's already building quite a few. And and this is going to be quite devastating because now there's a lot of zealots coming out, and there's only 1 sunken and 2 lings to defend against this. And I don't think he's seen it coming. Scourge are going to come in and now and scout out that there's a couple gateways being added on. Maybe sees what's up in the natural. Okay, six zealots out and 4 corsairs out here. But that window where I think if the zealots had just gone straight in, could have done lots of damage. But the amount of hydras out now, it'd be very difficult to break in there. And here, yeah, this is going to be pretty tough as well. It's a nice little sim city here. You can probably get some lings in the front. Can keep that sunken protected, but see a lot of hydra is starting to come out now for a Tentat. Although it's just as Storm is being done for Schemo. So Storm is now finished. Storm is finished, but only one Templar, 2 Templars going to be out. But they won't have energy for a little bit, but they should definitely have it in time. For whenever when Zerg comes across. Right now, Tentat's just comfortably sitting inside his base. Schemer's walking around with his zealots. See, he was hiding them down here for a little while. They're just roaming the map, making sure, well, just checking that like there isn't a huge flood of Hydra, just trying to make sure to take out any. Ooh, no, yeah, okay, yeah, 1 Corsair can't deal with 3 Scourge or 2. So losing a Corsair there, not the end of the world. Other than that, yeah, both players just sort of on a bit of a gentleman's agreement, but Tentat looks like he's about to take his 4th base, and Schemo will scout this. Definitely has the money to do so. I like that Tentat's got a nice, good amount of drones, quite a bit of army. And you could definitely start pumping out those Hydras a lot more if you wanted. Okay, so he does spot the Zealots running through, but there's just way too many Hydras here. And there's quite a few down at the 3rd as well. I would assume he wants to maybe just ignore that for now, because you're just not going to kill very much in there, and then deny the 4th. But meanwhile, back at home, he's gotten out a couple Templar and a lot more Zealots as well. And behind this move out, he's going to start to take his 3rd at the mineral only here. Generally Protoss will always take whatever the closest base is that they can get against Zerg. Unless they're being sneaky, and we'll just put a probe up here, build some cannons, build some pylons and cannons, and hope it doesn't get scouted. Hi Swag Budin. Hey Hattrick Cake. Good to have you on the cast. So neither player committing to any kind of attack right now. The Schemer's building up a huge amount of zealots and and 3 Templars, but there's a ton of lurkers out now. Ooh, that's a very juicy clump right there. There aren't any observers out, so Storm is the only thing he can have to damage this, but it's still a bit risky, not knowing exactly where they are. So now that the lurkers are out, okay, so observer is out on the way, and Corsairs seeing Zerg moving out on the map, Corsairs coming into the base, gonna get a lot of Overlord kills here. The Hydralisks are completely out of position. That's 1, 2, so far 3, 4. Probably gonna get this one too, and maybe these in the 3rd as well. Tentat does have a big excess of Overlords, but in this time, there are a couple Dragoons out now, and Schema's deciding that he's gonna move into this Lurker and Hydra war. A lot of the Zealots going down, a couple of good Storms, but still going down onto the Zealots as well. Sorry about that. Some nice Storms clearing up most of the Zealots, but the remaining Lurkers, just not enough Dragoons to be able to fight those head on. And now the reinforcing Hydralisks should be able to drive this back, at the if not kill this outright. And all these Templars are probably going to go down as well. Yeah, these Hydras can just fight this army. 2 Zealots and 2 Dragoons, no match for a full control group of Hydras. So Tenzin has taken his 4th, but not getting any drones yet, and both players building up quite a bit of banks. So can definitely see a couple more gateways for Schema. He's putting down some cannons, recognizing that there's quite a bit of Zerg out on the map now. You can see that they're both at even supply, which is usually pretty good for Zerg. Yeah, you can really see Schema losing out on that trade in the middle of the map there. Tentat's deciding not to get too aggressive after that engage, and looks like he wants to just cut off most of the map, or cut off this area of the map from Schema just being able to run through into the 3rd easily. But it does leave these bottom areas open, wisely sending an Overlord just to make sure that there's no string of Zealots coming through there to come ruin his day in the natural. So going up to 8 gateways now on Schema's side. The 3rd is now fully saturated. Maybe it took a couple probes too many, but the main is starting to run dry, and Schema's going to start needing to get something done. Zerg on 4 bases, putting up Sunkens here. No drones here just yet. It looks like they are coming, but won't be long before Tentat is able to just take this 5th base as well. And Tentat's deciding his army's gotten pretty big now, and he wants to try and see if he can do some damage. Ooh, that storm not too great. Lurkers burrowed up, quite clumped. Quite a few of them taken damage, and the rest of them will go down. But there's just so many Hydralisks out here. Just not enough storms, and with the rest of the army of Schemers down here on the other side of these bridges, it's gonna be really difficult for Schema to retake this position now. There are a couple of Dragoons. Storms are doing good work for sure, but the backbone of the army, the Zealots and the Dragoons, are just not there right now. They will clear up these Hydras, but there is more, and they might pick off some of these, but had they been in the fight, they would have been picked off. But now, with the reinforcing Zealots coming out, these Hydras are going to get picked off themselves quite easily. But a huge reinforcing flank coming in, couple of Lurkers, and a massive amount of Hydralisks coming down. Schema really needs to get all his units together, but it doesn't look like there's just not enough. You can see most of his supply is actually in probes at the moment, so this is pretty much all that Schema has. There are some reinforcements, but I don't think it'll be enough. And now Tentat's going to be able to take control of this high ground, and in front of the natural as well. And there's just no way for Schema to defend the space anymore. And Tentat's sitting behind this on 4 bases, still pumping out tons and tons more Hydralisks, and this 3rd base will go down, and it's starting to look really, really difficult for Schema from here on out. Oh, there's a couple Dragoons and Zella coming out, but they can't fight against this many Hydralisks. These units get picked off. That really needs to build up an army so that he can push out in one big ball. It's just not going to happen at this rate, and with all the reinforcements coming down, a Tentat's going to be able to just, oh, so many probes going down, bringing probes to fight. Unfortunately, they just don't do very well against Hydrodiscs at all. Okay, but the reinforcements have stopped outside there, but Schema recognizing that there's no way to defend his natural anymore, and he's gonna call GG after that. So we are 1-0 to Schema. Sorry, to a Tentat, my bad. And so let's go right into game 2. Okay, in the 12 o'clock position, we have a Tentat playing a Zerg, representing SKT4. And in the 7 o'clock position, 7 or 8, maybe 8, we have, let's get the colors, as teal, as a teal Protoss, we have Schema. Tentat will get that nice, very quick scout off. Always feels good when you see when your overlord gets to see exactly what's up with the Protoss natural right away. And the probe going back, deciding not to scout straight after the pylon. So we might see a gate expand out of Schema in this game. And on the Tentat side, we're gonna have overpull once again. Absolute standard opening over here. No, it's just gonna be a forge. A little bit later than usual. But not sending a probe out to scout, it does worry me a little bit. Yeah, because the overlord's gonna see this already, so there will be an opportunity. Well, would have been an opportunity for had the Tentat wanted to go for to put pressure on with sixlings. Make sure that Schema would be building that cannon. Decides not to, and won't get punished for it. Getting the Nexus down, then the cannon. Maybe I've gotten the Nexus down a little bit faster. Always good to practice timing your sending your workers out to get those first buildings out, like right as you get that 400 or 300 minerals, or whichever way it is. It just helps you build out just a little bit, get everything out just that tiny bit faster. Tentat deciding to take his third at this fake high ground base. I think sometimes it's okay, but when your opponent is clockwise from you, because on Salford when the Protoss is anti-clockwise, the ramp sort of leads. The ramp sort of leads straight. There's like a straight path up the ramp, whereas in other positions, if the bases were flipped, Protoss would, or if Protoss was down here, then he'd have to come slightly around or all the way up, practically into the natural, to get up into this third. So usually you'd see the mineral only being taken instead. So Overlord sees what's in the natural, not going into the main just yet. Gas is starting to be mined. And this game it's gonna be Hydralisk Den, so it looks like we'll see a 973. So I guess considering that, this makes it, you know, if you're going for the all-in, then this is actually, regardless whether it's the all-in or not, Protoss now really has to respect the distance that these Hydras, that short distance. When you're going for something like 973, it works in your favor during the phase when you want to put pressure onto the Protoss natural and perhaps bust it down and win the game. But it always is a double-edged sword, expanding closer to your opponent. Stargate coming up. The Scout did die, so Schema has no idea that there will be Hydralisks coming down at some point. See, a couple more Lings are being made. And Overlords. It really... Hydralisk speed almost done. Well, no, sorry. Hydralisk speed is about halfway done. And yeah, it looks like it's pretty much 973, not the super all-in version, which is more... Instead of about 19 drones on minerals, you would have probably closer to like 15 or 16. So this will allow a Tinted to get to macro afterwards, should he choose not to pounce in. Not sending the Hydralisks down just yet, perhaps wants to leave it as a surprise, but the Zerglings are heading their way. Citadel is now done, and the Corsair is coming out. It's still a little bit away before we'll actually get to see what's up here. But this Zealot coming, poking around. He should definitely have seen, or might have seen the Hydralisks. If not, he's definitely seen it now. Speed is done. Range is halfway done, and there's no more cannons being added on. Okay, one more cannon being added on, but as it is already, this cannon is very close to the front, so if a Tentat goes in right now, you could very easily snipe these two cannons and could have picked these off quickly, but just delaying a bit could be quite costly here, because it does look like he's going pretty all in here. First group of Hydras going in, starting to attack. Got to get the rest of these units. You need to get absolutely everything in here. First cannon has gone down. The third, so that there will now be 3 cannons up. All the Zealots do die though, fighting outside of the range of the cannons, and now being forced to pull all these probes. There's only one complete cannon left. The others are still have quite a long way to go. The last cannon dies, and now it's just Hydralisks against probes right now, and reinforcements are streaming in, and it doesn't look like it looks like a Tentat's gonna be able to bust Schema here and break down, kill a lot of probes in the natural, and break down this wall, and yeah, this is, yeah, I guess this must feel horrible as a Protoss when this happens, and it's, yeah, I guess it's just one of those things you have to learn how to defend. More Hydralisks come in. There's a couple of Zealots coming out. They're gonna have to retreat back, and unfortunately there's just no more defense left for Schema, and I think this game's gonna be over pretty soon. Ooh, 2 more probes coming in, and every single one of them going down, and that is GG. So well done to Tentat, taking that series 2-0. Now, and our next match is going to be ZVT, Styx and Lorca. And let's see who will come out on top in this one. In the bottom left, as the Olive Zerg, we have Lorca. And in the top right, as the Dark Blue Terran, we have Styx. Lorca sending his Overlord across to this side. Probably gonna try and head over to the natural. I'm gonna send it a little bit further higher, but I think it's alright. I like doing this myself. It's just feels much safer when your opponent is on the other side of the map, especially in the cross positions. Okay, so Styx has his first supply depot out now, so no, it's not going to be any kind of proxy rack shenanigans. We see Lorca's going up to 12 drones, sending out his drone for expansion, which he will put down shortly. The almost basically the eternal ZVT opener of 12 hatch. Barracks coming up for Styx as well as his refinery. So it looks like we will see a factory first for Styx. And we'll see if he wants to decide to go into Goliath play if we have Mutalisks coming out, or something like 111, or even a fast academy. I think you'd probably want to get a second barracks out for that by now. No gas just yet? Wait, okay, so the gas is going down off of 2 hatcheries. Coming down quite a while after the spawning pool. So Spire will be a little bit delayed, but there will be plenty of minerals to build up any extra defense that you might need later on, or to get a third hatchery quicker. ACV is going to see all of this happening. Gas starting to be mined for Lorca. Styx keeping that drone alive quite a while. In the main, gets to see that it is a factory coming down. So we should definitely be seeing a sunken colony coming up pretty soon. Because without one, the inevitable vulture that's going to be coming out of here is definitely going to cause some problems down the line. Unfortunately, Lorca's Overlord getting caught out on the map. Styx kind of missing the... Oh, maybe not. It's going to be a close one. No, I think this Overlord should get away. The Marine really needs to get right underneath it. A couple Zerglings coming in. Oh, but Marines get into the bunker, and they're going to have to pull off. And now, And now with the vulture out, I don't think Lorca saw that vulture yet, but should definitely know that it's coming. Looks like he might have been supply blocked for a while. They're building two overlords, and looks like he's also putting down an evolution chamber. Maybe just worried about some wraiths coming in to build wants to build a spore colony, but he's actually gonna get a really fast upgrade. This is incredibly fast upgrade, and he's gonna go straight into a queen's nest. So I'm very interested to see what Lorca has in mind here, because we see the vulture, Styx's vultures deciding not to go out onto the map just yet. Zergling's there to see if they might be heading down, and plenty of defense back at home. Well, by defense I mean there's a sunken and there's lings that can block the ramp. Though the position is quite far away from the mineral line where the vulture might be able to get some kills in. But with this amount of lings, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And so Styx, not knowing what Lorca's really up to, kind of assuming that it's going to be mutas by getting Goliaths with range. And Lorca's deciding he's gonna go around the map and take an expansion. Styx is waiting here to see if he does try to do so. But Lorca's deciding to take the 6 o'clock expansion instead. And oh, those Zerglings just managing to pick up, Speedlings managing to pick off those vultures. Nice move there by Lorca, catching those off guard. There is now a third hatchery coming down for Lorca. Carapace is still on the way, and this is a pretty crazy hive rush, and he's not, and Styx with no academy yet. Well, I don't think he has. Yeah, looks the academy up here. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, okay. So academy's only just started. It's going to be a while till he has scan, and there's basically no way to see that it's 3 base Ultralisk with no mutas whatsoever. Just gonna sit back and macro out as many ultras as he can off of 3 bases. And with the +1 Carapace being finished already, or about to be finished, the Lings coming in here, they're gonna see that there are Goliaths out. They won't be able to really do much damage, but definitely some valuable information coming out of that run by. Third base still on the way for Lorca, putting down a couple more Sunkens as well. And Styx's minerals starting to build up quite a bit. Really needs to get some more production down. He's putting 2 barracks now and building a couple more Goliaths. But I'm not quite sure. And also starting +1, so +1 armor finished. Starting +1 weapons for mech, +1 vehicle weapons that is. But I think, Styx is not really doing anything to pressure this incredibly greedy strategy that Lorca has gone for here. Just complete rush to Ultralisks. Titanus plating now being started, and there are a couple of Ultras on the way, and so now that Styx deciding to now move out just a handful of units. Definitely wants to keep these together to not get surrounded and picked off one by one by any Zerg units. It seems he is aware that this base is here, and units for Lorca are out of position. He doesn't see these this army coming down at all just yet. Only drones being produced. He does have the army to deal with it, but by the time they arrive, these Goliaths are going to be able to kill a lot of these drones off. Drones, Lorca does see it almost immediately, manages to pull his drones away, losing only 2, 3. But here come the Ultralisks and Zerglings. I'm not sure. I think Adrenal upgrade is complete. And this is definitely going to be more than enough. Oh, mines! Oh, big mine hit, taking out a lot of Zerglings and dealing tons of damage to this Ultralisk. So Chitinous Plating now just finished. So these Goliaths definitely won't be able to finish off this one Ultralisk. I think there's just too much health there and armor. Especially with only +1. And no +1 weapons just yet. So more Zerglings coming up, Ultralisks, and several, 3 or 4 Ultras being sent into the natural. There's only 1 tank and the bunker here, and SCV is not being pulled to repair. The bunker's going to go down really quickly, being taken out, and there just isn't anything else left to defend here. He's going to be quite a few Marines, but they don't have stim or upgrades, and there's no medics about either. So they're not gonna be able to do very much. All the SCVs in the natural do go down. More Zergling reinforcements coming in, and more Ultralisks as well. And it's gonna be really, really tough for Stixie to be able to fight out of the situation. I just don't think he'll be able to get the units out in time to defend these Ultras. Even just one Ultras up the ramp, just able to completely power through the units that Styx has here. And now these Ultras are going to start to get up onto the production, and tons of Zerglings coming in, and that's going to be GG for game 1 going to Lorca there. Okay, let's see if Styx can bring it back in game 2. Was that like that the whole time? I don't think so. In the 8 o'clock position, we have Styx as the light yellow Terran. And in the 4 o'clock position, we have Lorca as the orange Zerg. Okay, so let's see how Lorca's gonna approach this game. If he's gonna decide to go for that really, there's crazy Zerg which usually would get Realisks out and then take to Hive after getting 3 bases, but going straight into Ultralisks off of 2 hatcheries, that is the craziest Zerg that I can ever think of. And Lorca deciding to mix it up a bit this game. He's gonna put down a spawning pool on 9 supply, so we're gonna have a very fast rush coming out of here. And Styx is building a wall at the front here as for himself, so he should be able to block any incoming lings, provided that he scouts it out in time. So yeah, there is this gap here. You're gonna have to block that with SCVs. You don't want the Zerglings getting on top of your Marines. I don't know how I don't know if this is a gap at all. I kind of would assume that it's tight, but yeah, Brood War can be weird with little areas like this. Sixlings are now on the way. Gas is down, and it's going to be 9 pull lings with speed, taking those lings off of the gas. Sorry, taking those drones off the gas. Definitely want to start his upgrade. You don't want to invest all that money into getting that gas so fast and not get the upgrade. But the lings are on the way. Didn't see if the SAV saw the lings, but they're gonna. But there's nothing. Might not have, because there's nothing to block the marine, not block the Zerglings from getting on top of the marine and the barracks, and it's gonna be able to. Lorcas is gonna be able to do a lot of damage. That marine dying almost immediately as it came out there. I'm not sure what happened. The barracks is about to go down. Tons of SCVs being pulled to try and save the natural here. The lings just carrying on being down at the barracks, getting it to about 100 health, down, burning. It's busy burning down. It will have to be repaired quite soon. Taking out a couple of SCVs, and this is a very good amount of damage that these 6 lings have done. But it looks like behind this it's going to be more lings still. Zergling speed is being researched. It is on the way. And we definitely need to see a bunker here or something to stop the rest of these lings to be able to get inside the base, because they're going to have speed pretty much by the time. Yeah, they're going to have speed just as they are arriving to the natural, and will be very easy to surround all these SCVs. Stixie only now putting down the bunker, but it goes down instantly to the Zerglings that are already on top of it, being forced to lift all the buildings in his natural, and Zerglings now coming into the main. There is a bunker here, but only 1 marine. SCVs are going to try and repair. They do get on top of it for the repair, so these lings will have to back off for now. But there's so much economic damage that's been done to Stixie here. It's going to be really difficult for him to fight back in this game. And Lorca behind this, just continuously pumping out more and more Zerglings. Definitely more than enough drones to support this. This barracks is trying to get a marine out. He does get out, but with speed. Manages to sneak that one into the bunker as well. There's quite a few lings here. SCV is taking a little while to get on top. Ooh, nice drill on top of those Zerglings. That was a very nice move there. Just bugging out those Zerglings, just making sure they can't do any more damage onto that bunker. Or the SCVs while they repair. So it's about 8 lings out now in the main. It's gonna go try and dive in on this barracks. There's only 1 SCV building, and the barracks does go down, and Sticks now in a very tough position. Stuck on 1 base, with only 7 SCVs out in total. He's gonna have to rebuild his barracks, and meanwhile Lorca's able to put down a 3rd hatchery. He's been producing like a couple more drones behind this as well. Still putting out lings, banking up quite a bit of minerals, so definitely has the potential to just flood with tons of lings off and build more hatcheries and expand. And meanwhile, Styx is very much just completely stuck in his base at this point. Putting up an engineering bay, perhaps worried that mutas might be coming. Hasn't been able to see anything inside the base. The SCV build in the barracks goes down, and it's going to be really difficult if Lorca is able to keep up that micro and just continuously pick off this SCV. Styx will never be able to get marines out to actually fight off any of these Zerglings. But we do see another huge wave of Zerglings. 10 more Zerglings coming out. I think Lorca's getting ready to pounce, perhaps pounce on the bunker, but there's just too much in the way here. This turret's gonna add a bit of a wall here, although there's nothing for it to actually fight, unfortunately. Fourth hatchery coming down. Lair has just been started, so Lorca's starting to take out of just the pure Zerglings, while Styx is still stuck on one base. Is producing SCVs and Marines, but just with so few workers out at the moment, barely able to keep up. But meanwhile, there's a ton of Zerglings coming in. He's going to try and go straight in onto the bunker. Trying to drill off those Zerglings off. More coming through, but it just doesn't look like there's enough. Plenty of the SCVs have gone down. The bunker falls, and now these Zerglings have absolute free reign over everything inside the Terran base. Every SCV is about to go down, the turret as well. And Lorca takes game 2 for a 2-0 victory. Well, so well done to Lorca getting a 2-0 there. Styx just a bit unfortunate not being able to stop those first Zerglings from getting inside his natural and on top of all of his production. It's just it's one of those trials. I mean, there's so many of these in Brood War, but these sort of trial by death, many of which you have to go through. 9 pool as a Terran is one of them. It takes a while before you just have the experience to know how to defend it, and it can feel really difficult at first. Similarly on the Zerg side, bunker rushes, I struggle a lot with those most of the time. Knowing, trying to figure out is this like BBS, is it proxy, or is it just single 8 racks, proxy 2 racks, kind of faking. But over time you do get better at these things, and it can be really frustrating at first when it feels like your opponent just won by just making units and attacking with them. But there are definitely ways to defend through your Sim City, scouting, pulling the SCVs, recognizing that if Zerg does go for a 9 pool like that, the economy is really, really low. So it's okay if you pull SCVs, because they're probably worse off than you. They're going to take a while to get those drones back. Nevertheless, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the games and enjoyed the cast. And that's it for me tonight. Cheers.